Whatever you do, don't retire like this guy. I'm gonna read you this email I got. You don't want to be like this because that'd be nuts. So we record. Okay, good. So let me. It's funny. The minute I start a video, Finney and Pablo both start going nuts. I did take a shower. My hair's out. I gotta get a haircut. All right. So my man writes in, "Hey Josh, my wife and I did a retirement planning session last August with you as I was finalizing my retirement plans. I retired in November of 2021, excuse me. Just wanted to update you on how it's going so far, 7 months in. As you keep saying, spending in retirement goes down. I'm finding that to be very true. Our spending is less than half our pre-retirement spending. I'm amazed to say the least. We have not cut back on anything, and if anything, we are buying more, and this inflation hasn't hurt us so bad so far. Life is good. One thing you mentioned to us was we need to increase our cash position in our investment accounts to protect against a severe downturn. Right now, we're down about 11%, but I'm sleeping well at night because I moved 20% to tips and 10% to cash. This will give plenty of cash. This will give us plenty of money to live through a downturn. We talked about using part of my Roth and my IRA to pay off the mortgage. Best use of the money, hands down. Now our reoccurring bills are only about $2,000 a month. We have plenty of extra left over to keep up our pre-retirement lifestyle and still add to our savings. As a side note, I don't need to take money off from my retirement accounts for any day-to-day living expenses. Your plan had spending $5,500 a month, with about $1,500 coming from my IRA. But with spending where it is, we don't need to touch the retirement funds now. So now we're thinking about doing some remodeling, building an outdoor kitchen so we can host some outdoor parties. It's freaking awesome. Then he talks about he's got a part-time job because his former employer is desperate for employees. They can't find any. And it's interesting. He talks about that he was able to, long story short, he knows some guy who was able to get so this guy was prompted, this other guy he knows was prompted to work for this other company because they can't hire anybody. And the guy he knows said, I'll go work for you. And then he said he didn't like his crappy little job there. So he went back to his old employer and said, I'll come back, but you're going to have to match the salary they gave me. Yeah, and it didn't hurt that in the 3 months he was gone, his old boss was unable to hire a new replacement because no one wants to work anymore. So the guy he knows was able to go to this new firm, worked for 3 months, didn't like it, went back to his old boss, said, hey, man, I'll come back, but you're going to have to pay me. And his old boss said, well, we will. Anyway, it's pretty cool, man. Yeah, don't retire because, cash flow, go up, your expenditures. Speaking of which, let me share with something here. All right, so my man Alan Roth, who I love, Alan Roth, a big fan, but he had written an article about real-life strategies to mitigate sequence of return risk, and I just, so frustrating because he was using the idea of spending increasing with inflation every year. And I frankly don't get that. And so I said in my email or my comment here, I said, would love to see evidence of retiree spending increasing with inflation. Since I read Bernanke's JFP Journal for Financial Planning article in 2005, I don't know why we focus on a simple inflation-adjusted spending rule. Anyway, I'd like to see that. So let's see if anyone responded back. Let's see. Then we got my man John Power. I share your frustration. Your personal research and the public often reinforces the knowledge that retirement spendings generally tend to decrease with age. Blanchett talked about that. The one great practical problem is, as a financial planner, I have no way of predicting with any accuracy whenever the downturn shift in spending will take place or how much it will. It's a bit like the performance of the markets. Yeah, I completely agree. And he talks about kids has made an attempt at forecasting with a retirement smile, but I don't agree with that at all. And then my man says, I suspect that's why the most conservative approach is assume spending will be flat and upwards adjust for inflation. Yeah, I get that, but I 100% I get what John's saying. The challenge I have is how many people are delaying retirement under that assumption because their models show that they're going to run out of money if they're adjusting with inflation. And so they keep at their crappy old job. And then next thing you know, they're having a heart attack. And they don't survive to enjoy it. I don't know. See what Alan says. Okay. So Alan, I can't. This is his art. This is. I love Alan. This is weak sauce, man. Would love to see evidence of retirement spending increasing with inflation. Please stop at a gas station and grocery store. Look at a property tax bill. I can go on and on. I found that clients typically spend more when they retire young because they have more time on their hands to pay for subsidized things like health insurance. Healthcare costs go way up as we age. Finally, take a look at Medicare financing. Let me know if you're comfortable there won't be more means testing. Same with Social Security. I think you are disagreeing with these two sentences. Okay. Well, that's, I mean, Alan. Oh, man, that's weak. Let's see what else we got here. Would you care to expand your thoughts or reverse mortgages? All right. In my opinion, the only reason one should borrow money, any kind of mortgage, at a higher rate than they lend it out. Okay. Reverse mortgage have high closing costs. Okay. Further, banks generate profits. So when, without anyone's, okay. I completely. All right. So Alan is using. He's basically saying go to the grocery store and go to the gas station. And that will lead us to extrapolate those two data sets for future projections of inflation spending in retirement. And Medicare costs are going to go through the roof. If that's all you got, that ain't much, man. That ain't much. Because Ty Bernicki, Blanchette, me, Morningstar have used BLS consumer expenditure surveys to show that retirement spending goes down. My man right here, I just emailed about, says retirement spending goes down. You see it with your own very eyes, I guarantee. Many of you with your parents, grandparents, retirement spending goes down. Going to the, we're gonna bottle financial planning on going to the gas station today and seeing what the price of gas is to say that retirement spending increases with inflation. I'll say exponential. Was Biden say exponentially or exponentially? I'm not gonna say that, but on a trajectory like that, come on, Alan, you got better than that. All right, so there you go. That's disappointing. That's that's not logical. I'm actually I'm disappointed. No other way around that. All right. Anyway, there you go. So you can make your plan accordingly. But if that's the best the retirement spending advocates for adjusted for inflation have, I just don't know what else to. I don't know how do you argue against that. That's just a lot. That's not makes no sense. So we're gonna then say when gas went from friggin' $3 to $1, that we could make the argument that your inflation rate goes down. Okay, well, where's that in your model that has trajectory going up on a steady basis? And you're gonna say healthcare? Well, we talk. I'm bored. If Alan does, anyway. All right. Love your thoughts. We'll see you.